Hello and welcome back to Stories from the Mouth. So today we're going to be talking about films. More precisely, we're going to be talking about Memento. Now Memento is directed by Christopher Nolan. It's actually one of his first films. It stars Guy Pearce as the character of Leonard, along with supporting actors Carrie-Anne and Joe Pantoliano. I hope I pronounced that right. So released in the year 2000, Memento is one of my favourite films. I remember the feeling I had sitting back in the cinema as the theme music played and the titles appeared. That's a lie, I was about 7 months old when the film was first released. My first viewing of this film was actually on a warm summer's night on the 23rd of August 2014 at about 11 AM. My friend and I had just got back from a cinema screening of Doctor Who. I picked up the DVD from a charity shop a few days before, special edition as well, so I suggested we watch it. Memento is a neo-noir psychological crime drama thriller mystery suspense postmodern film. That took a lot of takes to get. Okay, so it can be quite a range of genres, but this video is going to be focusing more on the postmodern elements of the film. Look, postmodernism, it refers to a philosophical movement that centers around the experimentation of truth within art and other creative mediums. It became significant due to the transformations of Western society during the late 19th and 20th centuries. It was then further shaped by World War II. The film Memento is actually based on the initial idea of a short story written by Jonathan Nolan, Christopher Nolan's brother. The film focuses on the character of Leonard, who is trying to hunt down his wife's killer. However, he only knows the killer's first name. What makes Memento unique and postmodern is its use of a non-linear narrative. The first scene that we are shown is actually the last scene of the film's narrative. Yet we are still provided with suspense as we anticipate how the characters manage to get to this endpoint. So the beginning of Memento is quite literally the end. This non-linear structure aids the film due to the way that it replicates how the main character, Leonard, sees the world. The character of Leonard suffers from anterograde amnesia. This means that he's unable to make any new long-term memories. If modernism focuses on a master narrative and a hierarchy, postmodernism focuses on fragmentation, instability, and contradiction. No, it's not really a film genre, it's more of a broad definition that's used to label many different art forms. Look, just think of anything that challenges the traditional norms. Memento doesn't just use a retrograded narrative, it also uses black and white scenes that are filmed in chronological order and are then intercutted with the colour scenes. Spoilers if you hadn't guessed already, the two timelines merge at the end of the film. Memento's structure is commonly referred to as being like a hairpin. The postmodernist idea of merging styles is also used for the film, with the black and white scenes taking inspiration from documentary filmmaking, also harnessing the use of voiceover. Similar to an interview, they consist of Leonard talking on a phone answering questions about his condition. Thus, the black and white scenes are used to explain to the audience what is wrong with Leonard. While it can be anti-authoritarian, a blend of high culture and pop culture, art merged with everyday life, mixed art forms, it explores intertextuality, it can be conceptual and ambiguous, complex and contradictory, as well as being ironic and satirical, metafictional, non-linear, maximalism, and can contain elements of magical realism. Well, I guess that's it. It's really quite simple. Another postmodern element of the film Memento is the whole idea of reconstructing an identity. For example, Leonard's tattoos are used for this purpose. The tattoos aid Leonard after he forgets who he is, after an episode. This is the time or space in which he can hold on to his short-term memory, and typically lasts around 15 minutes. This also draws connections to the postmodern idea of truth. Leonard relies on his tattoos to reconstruct his own identity. However, can he really trust his own handwriting? Whereas Leonard's tattoos help him to reconstruct his identity, his Polaroid photos help him to reconstruct context. They inform him on his current relationships, where he is currently living, and what his car looks like. Again, someone could very easily slip a photograph into Leonard's collection, posing the same question once more. Can Leonard really trust these methods that he uses to reconstruct his identity? Throughout the film, it becomes more and more apparent how all of the characters that we meet manipulate Leonard's condition in some form or way. For example, the motel worker rents at least 2 rooms to Leonard, and Teddy continuously lies to him about who John G really is. A modernist version of Memento would focus around certainty, perhaps taking advantage of dramatic irony, as the audience completely understands what is happening to Leonard. The structure of the film would also have a clear narrative, which would be easy to follow. Memento has an unreliable narrator and structure, and therefore leaves the audience confused and unsure of what to believe. This links into another postmodern element of the film, The film is subjective and ambiguous to the viewer, and therefore encourages further audience discussion.
So I hope that video on postmodernism was at least a little bit entertaining and interesting to you. This was actually created for my BTEC film course. It was fun to make. Memento is genuinely one of my favourite films, so I was happy to research more about it. As always, thanks for watching, and if you enjoyed this video, please do give it a like, and why not subscribe for more videos? Adios!